Yes, put that in. No, no, not that one. Now keep the thing still. No, no. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, put that in as well.
You think you're an apprentice showing his work to the master.
We are all apprentices at the feet of Leonardo da Vinci.
You really are excited about his return to Florence, aren't you?
Well, of course. It's a great event.
Well, if you don't want to be late for your appointment, you better go.
Now keep the thing still.
I still can't think what you're making all the fuss about.
You probably think that birds fly and fishes swim by nature. But no, my flat-footed friend. Nature commissioned Leonardo to design the wings and the fins and the creatures to go with them. How do I look?
Marvelous. But you'd look better with your boots on.
I am Marco Del Monte. I brought a portfolio of my, Huh? Oh, I see. De Medici. Oh, I didn't know. Well, then I'll call again another time. Perhaps you'd send a message when it's convenient. My studio is on the Ponte Vecchio. I wish you could talk and tell me what brings de Medici to see Leonardo.
Ingenious. Most ingenious. I hear it rumored that you have also invented an under-the-sea machine by means of which many men may remain at the bottom of the ocean for a long time.
Never trust rumors, Your Excellency.
The rumor was very detailed. My informant claims to have seen the plans and your notes for the design.
But that's impossible, if no such design exists.
He said that the sketch was in red chalk on rough vellum and the notes, I believe, were on the back.
Where did you hear this?
But if it were true, I would pay you well for this sketch in red chalk.
If such a rumor were true, if I had indeed invented such a devil's device by which men could practice assassination at the bottom of the sea, it would not be for sale. Believe me, Excellency, I would guard its secret with my very life.
Perhaps I have been misinformed. Forgive me for interrupting your work. Good day, Master Leonardo. Good day. That was a waste of time.
He's very stubborn, my lord.
Genius, my dear Rodrigo, is always stubborn. However, I learned what I desired to know. The plans for the under-the-sea machine exist. Whoever first secures those plans could rule all Italy.
You'll never surrender them, my lord?
Not willingly, perhaps. But you are going to get that sketch in red chalk for me, Rodrigo. By whatever means necessary, you are going to get it.
De Medici wants the plans for my undersea machine. No. We mustn't destroy them. In the right hands, this machine could contribute significantly to man's mastery over nature. But the Medici hands are not the right ones. We must guard this sketch with our lives. Our very lives, Paolo. You understand?
Well, that didn't take long. What did he say?
The master couldn't see me.
He wouldn't see you? That's not like Leonardo.
He had a visitor, His Magnificence.
De Medici? Visiting Leonardo?
It's curious. I'd have thought that Leonardo would be out of favor after some of his recent remarks.
We mean like that one about the tyrants. When besieged by ambitious tyrants, I find means of offense and defense to preserve the chief gift of nature, which is liberty.
I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that Leonardo isn't going to enjoy his stay in Florence.
Hello. We want to talk to you. Yes, we know your master is out. That's why we want to talk to you. That'll come later, fella, when I get what I want.
Captain.
Where is it? I think you know what I want. A sketch in red chalk with notes on the back. Don't play games with me, my speechless friend. I watched you when I was here this afternoon, and I think you know which sketch I want. Tell me where I can find the sketch. Very well. If I can't make you disloyal to your master, I must appeal to your loyalty. Take this for a start. Pretty, isn't it? 'Twould be a pity to disturb such happiness with a blade. You have it in your power to save this painting out of loyalty to your master, Leonardo.
The strongbox, Captain.
The strongbox. Now you can serve refreshment. The minute you would have boiled this in oil if it harmed the Leonardo painting. Where is it? I can't find it. Hey, dummy, come here. I'll after him.
Get our guests some refreshment. Thank you, Paolo. Sandro! This is what I've been hoping for. Master Leonardo offers 1,000 apologies and begs me to present my portfolio at his studio within the hour.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you, Paolo. Yes, yes, of course. And tell your master that I'll be there. He's an odd one. You wouldn't expect a servant of Master Leonardo's to be like any other servant, would you?
I think His Excellency would like a word with this fellow.
For the last time, I ask you, where is the sketch in red chalk? You know the one I mean? And you realize its importance to me. Do you understand the seriousness of your situation? It would be far less serious for you if you were to cooperate with me, and you would be well paid. I shall obtain what I want with or without your help. You can only make it more painful for yourself and further invite similar suffering for your master. Very well. I ask you to contemplate that thought while you are in my dungeons. My jailers tell me there are devices there that can make even the mute speak. But in any event, your martyrdom would be wasted, for after you, there is your master, and he still has the gift of speech. Rodrigo. Perfectly obvious the fellow stole the designs and escaped while you were fumbling in that chest.
You think so, Excellency?
Yet when you took him, he offered no resistance. Clearly, he had secreted it in the meantime. Where was he when you found him?
On the Ponte Vecchio by Del Monte's studio.
Now he tells me, am I surrounded by idiots?
You mean Del Monte?
Yes. Now do you know what to do?
Hello there, Marco. Hello.
Master Leonardo.
Oh, this is a pleasure. I had hoped to see you while I was in Florence. But...
I've brought my portfolio.
Excellent, excellent. Paolo doesn't answer. That's strange. He promised me he wouldn't leave the house. Come in, Marco, come in.
Master Leonardo, you told Paolo not to leave the studio.
Yes, he promised faithfully. You see, there is something very valuable here. As a matter of fact, I had thought of asking for your help this afternoon after de Medici left here.
Well, didn't Paolo tell you that I came here?
No, he made no mention.
You didn't send Paolo to me to tell me to come here this evening with my portfolio?
I? No. When did he come?
Less than an hour ago.
Marco, close those shutters. Marco, the sketch, it's gone.
The sketch in red chalk?
Where did you hear this?
Well, here in Paolo's note. It was lying over there. He says, Master Leonardo will not be back for an hour. And then right underneath he writes, the sketch in red chalk is in the strongbox.
Yes, that is Paolo's hand, but...
Can you tell me, what is this sketch in red chalk?
It's designed for an invention of mine, a machine by which men can travel underwater and remain there as long as they can go without food.
And de Medici came here about this machine?
Yes, yes. In another time, such a device could be used to explore the wonders of the ocean bed, to understand the life of the sea. But in times like these, it is exactly what de Medici wants it for. An undersea war machine. It must not fall into his hands, Marco.
Well, I'm afraid after Paolo's note, we may be too late.
Marco, you'll excuse me. I will look at your sketches some other time. I must go and see His Excellency.
Maestro, it's as much as your life is worth to go near the palace. It's possible that Paolo may have betrayed you and...
No, no. Paolo would never betray me. I'm only afraid that he may have betrayed himself. I must try to help him.
But at least let me go with you.
There is no need, Marco. His Excellency would hardly dare to harm me.
I wish I could believe that.
Now,
Maestro.
please, do not argue, Marco. They say I'm an obstinate, stubborn old man. Well, they're quite right. However, if I should not return within the hour, you know where I am.
Sandro! Sandro!
I can assure your Excellency that the sketch in red chalk is not in Marco's studio. We ripped the place from wall to wall.
I trust you did not damage any of his paintings. Well, after all, whatever else he may be, he is still a fine artist.
Master Leonardo da Vinci, Your Excellency.
Master Leonardo, how good of you to come to see me. I am delighted. Delighted. I'll live.
Swine. Look at her.
I'll give them this, they're thorough.
But what did they come here for?
Must have been for Master Leonardo's sketch in red chalk.
But Paolo had already given it to them. I saw the note myself, written by Paolo, telling them where it was.
I told you that fellow was an odd one.
What did he come here for in the first place?
Because they told him to.
What, with a false message from Leonardo?
Yes, to get you out of here so that they could search it.
But Paolo had already given them the sketch.
Well, maybe Paolo took the sketch himself and hid it here for them to find. Don't know why, though.
Sandro, you've got it.
I have?
Yes, Paolo did take the sketch. To save it from them. Yes, that would explain the window.
What window?
The open window in Leonardo's study. Now, Rodrigo would never have gone in by a window, but Paolo might have escaped that way.
You mean that Paolo was on the run from Rodrigo's bullies?
Yes, and they caught him as he came out of here.
How do you know?
Because they were here, looking. You were right, Sandro. Paolo brought the sketch with him and hid it somewhere here.
I wonder if Rodrigo found it.
Sandro, why did Paolo tell me to go and see Leonardo? What did he say?
Bring your portfolio within the hour.
Exactly. Paolo wanted me to show the portfolio to Leonardo. And all the time that Rodrigo was searching for the sketch here, it was with me.
And Leonardo in red chalk.
Sandro, how do you feel?
Well enough.
Good. Come on.
Where are we going?
We give this back to Leonardo when we've found him. Fight left in you? Yes. Good. Don't worry about the shutters. They're not locked. I close them myself. Right. Kill him! So, it's come to this, Rodrigo. Common housebreaker and vandal. Where's Leonardo?
At the palace.
And Paolo the mute?
De Medici has them both.
All right, let him go.
Can't we trade him for Leonardo?
Oh, not even de Medici would consider that a bargain.
Oh, come on.
What are we going to do about Leonardo?
Well, we still have this.
That's it. We'll bargain the sketch for Leonardo and the mute.
Oh, I'm afraid Leonardo would rather die than give de Medici his secret. But there is one thing. Sandro, find me some rough vellum paper and some chalk this color. What are you going to do?
You're not going to forge Leonardo.
A sketch in red chalk of an underwater machine. Well, don't just stand there. Give me a hand.
Your Excellency, I tell you for the last time, I have no knowledge of this sketch or where it is.
Master Leonardo, what do you hope to gain by this deception?
I have no need to lie. I am not a statesman or brigand. I am an artist and scientist. My need is the truth. If I knew where this sketch was, I would say that I knew. But I would still refuse to tell you.
Very well, I believe you. But the sketch, as such, is of no importance. What is important is that I have the man who made it, and you can make me another. I shall be happy to provide you with crayon and paper.
Never, never.
There are ways to persuade you.
Oh, yes, you can torture my body. But the human soul is not to be found in bone, tissue, or blood. No, you cannot torture my soul, de Medici.
Master Leonardo, I find it unthinkable that I should mutilate your body. And indeed, I cannot torture your soul, for your soul is your own, and a man's soul can be tortured only by himself. No, I can merely provide the incentive and the instrument, and you yourself will do the rest.
Oh, Paolo.
I have heard it rumored, though I know not how true it is, that when one is mute, pain is the harder to bear, for one cannot release the pain by crying out.
Have you no human conscience?
Conscience, my dear Master Leonardo, is a luxury I cannot afford, while there are still others more powerful than I am. When I have secured your under-the-sea machine, then perhaps I shall be able to indulge the gentler side of my nature. When one lacks a voice, I fancy the other senses must become very dear to one. What do you think? The ears to hear, the fingers to touch, the eyes to see. The eyes never more to be able to see a Leonardo painting. And then, need I say any more?
No, it's monstrous. No one should be asked to make such a decision. I can't do it. I can't put such power into such hands.
Now, is your soul in torment? Very well. Take your prisoner.
No, wait. There is no need.
Rodrigo, fetch Master Leonardo crayon and paper.
Your Excellency, Master Marco Del Monte desires audience. He says he wishes to return a sketch to Master Leonardo.
Marco Del Monte, did he say what kind of a sketch?
Only that it was drawn in red chalk.
Tell him to come in.
Your Magnificence. Maestro, please forgive this intrusion, but I have just found this sketch by Master Leonardo in my portfolio. I thought that it might be important to the Maestro, and knowing that he was here, I came immediately. Maestro, please forgive me, but I must have picked this up when I came to visit you.
It seems that Master Del Monte may have saved you a great deal of trouble.
Don't trust him, Excellence. It's a trick.
Captain, why should I want to trick Leonardo da Vinci?
This appears to be the very sketch we were discussing. Perhaps you would look at it and make sure.
Yes, this is my sketch.
Ah. In that case, I am indeed grateful to you, Del Monte.
Oh, Your Magnificence, I'm glad to have been of assistance. Maestro, I'll wait for you and see you home, if you're leaving soon.
Well, thank you.
Oh, yes, indeed. The hour is late and you must be fatigued. Thank you for coming.
And, Paolo?
The faithful Paolo, too, must be tired. Go see your master home.
You know, of course, Your Magnificence, that the notes on the back of the sketch have to be read with a mirror. Master Leonardo always writes his notes backwards, I suppose, to keep them from prying eyes.
I dare say I shall manage. Good night. Rodrigo, a mirror.
Master Leonardo! We must waste no time in getting away from here before His Magnificence finds out what was written on the back of your sketch.
When besieged by ambitious tyrants, I find means of offense and defense to preserve the chief gift of nature, which is liberty. Ah, here it is. My method of remaining underwater for this machine. This I do not publish nor divulge on account of the evil nature of men who would practice assassinations at the bottom of the sea.
Is that all, my lord?
War is a most bestial madness. It is an infinitely atrocious thing to take away the life of a man.